Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in on you. Hope that everybody has had a great weekend. I hope that you are prepared to get this week off to an unbelievable start. As for me, it's business as usual. It's hand to the plow. It's grinding. It's focus. It's intent. It is a relentless pursuit of that which I have designated as my destiny. And that's what I want to kind of talk to you about this morning. I am not going to be very long at all. I want to just get to the point. I want to give you something that you can fight with today. I want to give you something that you can put away and pull on moving forward in your life. Look, you've got to stop speaking your circumstances. You've got to stop speaking your circumstances. You've got to start speaking your destiny, because every word that comes out of your mouth is literally a declaration that establishes the reality that you move into. Your words are coming out and literally not only moving into the realm of the fifth dimension and establishing and manifesting a developing reality. It's also either lending to the current programming of your mind, or it is reprogramming your mind. If you need to move towards something different, then there needs to be a reprogramming. You got to stop talking your circumstances. Everybody in this life is going to go through some things. Everybody in this life is going to have difficult moments. Everybody in this life is going to have these stop speaking the difficulty. Stop speaking the struggle. Stop speaking, because your words have power. What do you need to speak? The destiny. People are going to tell you you're being unrealistic. People are going to tell you you're in denial. People are going to tell you, but what you got to understand is that your words have power, that you are literally making declarations. You are literally establishing a reality. So what do you need to do? Start speaking your destiny. Stop saying I'm broke. Stop saying my marriage has failed. Stop saying that this business has failed. Stop talking about what's going on now and start talking about where you're going. Start speaking as if you have the power to declare, because you do. Why? The mind is listening. The mind is listening to your self-talk. You're either reprogramming or you're reinforcing the current programming. If the current programming is, remember, you don't get what you want in life. You get who you are. So if you're in a constant state of financial upheaval, financial struggle, then it's because of your current state of being, who you are, how you think, your habits and behaviors around money and finance. If you're going to change it, it's not going to come from wishful thinking. It's not going to come from praying. It's going to come from changing your mentality towards money, your psychology towards money, how you move with money, how you think with money, how you see money, how much power you give money. All of that's going to have a massive impact on how you are able to move and develop and make money an instrument instead of a God. Second of all, you've got to understand that everything you speak will set a mood. If I sit up and I say I'm broke, it impacts my mood, it impacts my energy, and it impacts my frequency and my vibration. When I'm operating at a low vibration, I have learned that energy attracts, energy is resonant. What does that mean? Energy resonates with energy. What does that mean? Energy attracts like energy. So if I'm operating on a low frequency, a low vibration, low energy level, okay, what we know now is that when we talk about energy, when we talk about frequency, when we talk about vibration, we're not talking in some mystical, esoteric, uh, abstract conversation or vernacular. We're talking about something that can actually be measured scientifically. Your body emits energy. It literally can be measured. You can measure your body's frequency and energy levels on a Hertz scale. And normally what I can tell you is anything above 500 and it's sweet right there. Anything down below 300 and you start getting into problems. So what happens is when I'm dealing with worry, fear, strife, anger, bitterness, jealousy, envy, all of those things are 200, around 200 hertz or lower. What does that mean? Well, we know for sure that energy gravitates and resonates with like energy. So negative energy tends to attract negative energy. So what happens when I say something about my situation? So I have a situation that rolls into my life and I look at it and go, man, this sucks. So I start to speak it. What happens is it messes with my mood. It lowers my frequency. What happens? It starts to attract other negative things. And then you start talking about, I can't win for losing. See, I've been there. About 25 years ago. About 25 years ago, I had, just lost my grandfather a few years earlier, still reeling from that. My grandfather was also my adopted father. He was the man that brought me into manhood, that taught me manhood, and really helped shape the way that I would approach life and the person I would grow into. And so losing him was devastating in 1992. Well, a few years later, and I'm realizing that what used to come easy to me business wise and in project wise, things that I would do, was all of a sudden hitting all these snags, and I was running into all these interruptions. I was having all these problems and I got frustrated. And I got to the point where it's just like, man, what's going on? So I called my mentor, and I had a one-on-one with my mentor, and I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. And we had a conversation. 20 minutes into the conversation, he says, I already see the problem. I say, well, what is it then? He said, brother, we have been on this phone for 20 minutes, tops, and you've already said I can't win for losing 5 times. Watch your mouth. You've put your mouth on your situation by way of your circumstances, and you're speaking it consistently to the point that your mind has now accepted you can't win. So you don't even realize it, but your behavior is putting out a negative energy that's literally creating the reality that you're operating in. Stop talking your circumstances and start talking victory. Start talking power. Start talking your destiny. Talk about where you're headed. Talk about it as if you're already there. But whatever you do, don't talk about the negative things that are going on. Don't give them that kind of power. I'm telling you, from that conversation moving forward, things just start to fall in place. I'm not telling you it was easy. I'm not telling you some mystical, magical trick. What I'm trying to tell you is the places you're trying to go in life, you can't get there if all you know how to do is regurgitate what's going wrong. A lot of you are regurgitating stuff from the past. You're not even regurgitating where you're at now. You're regurgitating what you went through in the past. You study bringing it up. You study talking about it. Don't extract what you need to extract from past experiences, and then make up in your mind that you're going to do something exceptional, extraordinary, and phenomenal, and you're going to use those negative experiences to grow yourself, to develop an understanding of what to do, what not to do, who to deal with, who not to deal with, how to cut the right people loose when it's time to cut them loose. All the things that are going to be massively important to you raising yourself to, but you got to develop. One of the things I'm going to tell myself every morning when I wake up, I'm going to win. It doesn't matter what I'm up against. I'm going to win. It doesn't matter how bad it's been the last few days. I'm going to win. I'm waking up. I'm setting my mental state. I'm establishing a level of energy that will attract to me the things that I need, that will put me in the right places. I'm telling you, I don't care what there are some things that will happen when you stop regurgitating and speaking on what's wrong and start declaring what shall be. And then you start to walk according to that thing that you have spoken and believe. You don't get what you don't get what you want. You get who you are, and you don't produce what you want. You produce what you focus on. You can say I want this all day, but if all you talk about is what you don't have, you're going to constantly get that lack. Why? Because you've given it power. The more you focus on something, the more you speak on something, the more power you give it. That's why you don't sit up and give power and attention to negative people. You don't give power and attention to the people who are talking you down. You don't give power and attention to the people who are telling you why you can't do something. You sit up and you determine in your mind that it's going to be done. A lot of people sit up there and talk about skill sets, and I have some pretty remarkable skill sets. There's this term that floats around, talk about phenomenal skill, and that thing is it's sweet. There's nothing wrong with having phenomenal skill, but what I can tell you is that phenomenal skill cannot hold a candle to phenomenal will. That thing in your mind that you make up it and say, you know what, no matter what, I'm not folding. No matter what, I'm not giving in. No matter what, I'm not giving back. I'm not giving up. I'm not surrendering. I'm not retreating. I'm not turning around. My number one word, my word that defines me, isn't skill. It isn't knowledge. It isn't education. All of those things are great. All those things I have mastered. But it's not that. You know what my one word is? The word that literally drives and holds me and makes sure that I never lose sight of where I'm going and I never sit up and fold. My one word is relentless. Relentless is my one word. And if you don't understand the concept of one word, you should read Evan Carmichael's book, One Word. It's everybody can be broken down to one word that defines them. Some people are quitters. Some people are procrastinators. Some people are excuse makers. But some people are winners. Some people are relentless. Some people are faithful. Some people are faith driven and whatever. But my one word is relentless. I simply don't quit. I wake up, I don't care how bad the previous day was. I wake up with a mindset of winning. And I go out and I compete with a mindset of winning. I don't sit up and carry the negative energy of yesterday into today. I take the lessons from yesterday and I incorporate the lessons of yesterday into today, but I don't bring the energy with me. I refuse to fold. People will tell you, my mindset is real simple. When I set my mind, that's why I don't take on everything, because there's a level of commitment that comes with what I take on. There's a level of commitment says I won't give in, I won't fold, I won't quit. I am not turning around. So if I take on something, I've got to have the ability to commit to it. But I tell you, it's real simple. People will tell you who know me. My motto is simple. Once I make up in my mind to do it, I'm either going to do it or I'll die trying. It will never be a point where I sit and say, well, man, I gave it my best. It just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be doesn't come out of my mouth. I got to get up. I got to put in the work. I got to try harder. I was up at this office yesterday, Sunday. The only freaking people, and this is a huge office, 10 floors, 10 stories. And the only person in this building outside the cleaners. My car in the garage, their car is parked out front in the building. And that's not a one-off thing. I'm constantly going. There's a goal I'm driving at. There's something I'm building for me and my family. There's something I'm building for me and my community. There's something I'm doing with my company that is going to take it to the next level, that's going to allow me to touch lives in ways I've never done before. But it won't happen with me sitting up, taking it easy. It won't happen with me coasting. It won't happen with me sitting up, taking the way of comfort and convenience. It's going to call on me to grind. It's going to call on some sacrifice. It's going to call on some risk. But what I will tell you is, at no time will you see me folding. At no time will you see me quit. I am a winner. And you got to wake up every day and tell yourself that I'm going to win. You got to wake up and tell yourself, I'm going to win. Sometimes you won't even know how. Sometimes the plan won't even be strategized and put into motion in a way that you can visually look at the plan. But you got to know before you ever start, I'm going to win. Not because I'm the smartest person in the room. I'm going to win. Not because I'm the most skilled person in the room. I'm going to win. Not because I'm the most connected person in the room. I'm going to win because I am not going to quit until I do. And I'm not going to sit up and constantly speak about what's wrong. There's no reward. There's no harvest to be had in complaining. There's no harvest to be had in whining. There's no harvest to be had in sitting back and being envious of people who you view to be getting better breaks than you're getting. George Bernard Shaw once said that the people who get on in this world are the people who wake up in the morning and go out into the world and find the opportunities that they need. And in the cases in which the opportunities do not exist, they create them. Those are the people who get on, not the ones sitting up wondering why somebody else got something that they didn't get. This is what I'm trying to get you to say, to see. You've got a responsibility to yourself and anybody else that's connected to you, that you care about, to be at the fullest and the highest level of your capacity. And that doesn't come by taking the easy road. That doesn't come by taking the way of comfort and convenience. That comes by saying, I'm going to put some skin in the game. I'm going to raise my level of expectation. I'm going to raise my standard of engagement. I'm going to seek to exude a level of excellence that draws the right people to me so that I can do exceptional, phenomenal, and extraordinary things every day of my life. But at no time will I fold. At no time will I sit up and look at the consequences. Look at the circumstances and the situations around me and determine I can't win. No, maybe I need to double down. No, maybe I need to find more right-minded people and sane-minded people to connect to. No, maybe I need to cut off some of the weight of those who have no desire to come up that I've been pulling along for so long. Maybe I need to do, but whatever it is, it doesn't require or allow me to quit. Quitting isn't a part of the game. What are you going to do? You wake up in the morning and you tell yourself two things. I'm built for this, and I'm going to win. Sometimes you're going to say, I don't know how, but I'm going to win. Stop speaking your situations and your circumstances and start speaking your destiny. On that note, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. For those of you who may be looking for a way to take your life to the next level, and you may be interested in working with yours truly to make that happen, we are now in the third week of our launch of Savage in 6. It's the most compact program that I offer, and I'm excited about it because it was 3 years in the making, and it came by way of request. For those of you who have been saying, I need a smaller package, a more condensed package, here it is. Let's make it happen. On that note, I'm out here, as I always say, I'm going to live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I challenge you to do the same thing. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable